Hey y'all, I'm Adriana. Thanks for checking out my channel. I am doing a Jeffree Star Cosmetics haul today, which I'm really excited about because I haven't done a Jeffree Star Cosmetics haul ever on my channel, and I've had ups and downs with the company and Jeffree Star himself as far as like my personal feelings. But when he first started his brand, I was like a really huge fan, but I had not started my channel yet. So some things have changed a little bit since then, which I'll get into maybe a little bit in the video. But for now, if you're interested in this little haul, it's nothing big or anything. If you're interested, then please keep watching. Jeffree Star first started Jeffree Star Cosmetics, I was a really huge fan, and he was just really doing liquid lipsticks, the velour liquid lipsticks, which I was a really huge fan of. I had all of them up until maybe like his Christmas collection, maybe about 2 years ago. And that's just kind of when stuff started going down about him. Stuff from his past was coming up and stuff, and you know, everybody has a past, and honestly, it's not my place to forgive him or for some of the things that he did say. So, you know, I'll leave that at that. I don't really want to get super into it because it's just very messy. But I don't think Jeffree Star is the best human on earth. I think he has a lot of flaws. I think there's stuff within him that he needs to fix himself, or not. I mean, I don't know. I can't judge someone, and like I said, I really don't want to get too into it because it is very messy. It's hard to say certain things. We live in a time where it's very hard to say things without offending anyone, so that's why I'm trying my best to limit what I'm saying, because I don't want to offend anybody. If you're offended by Jeffree Star, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to offend anyone. You know, there was a point in time where I didn't like him either, and you know, just for my personal reasons, I just trying to word this as vague as possible. You know, there was just a point where I fell in love with his makeup again, basically. If it wasn't for his makeup, I don't think I would follow Jeffree Star at all. But I am over like all of this canceling people and canceling their brands and stuff. It's just, I don't know. We live in a weird time right now where it's just everybody wants to cancel everybody, and everybody is looking for a reason to cancel you. So it's just kind of crazy. But I understand the people that don't like Jeffree Star because I was one of them, and then I understand the people that are like super crazy about Jeffree Star because I was also one of them. And now I'm kind of just like neutral. Like, I'm not super into like everything that he's doing like I used to be. I'm not buying everything that Jeffree Star Cosmetics comes out with anymore, and I don't hate him either. So that's that. Like I said, I don't want to get too much into it. But if you're offended by Jeffree Star or his company or anything like that, then feel free to skip this video and catch me in the next one. But this is my channel, and this is what I want to talk about on my channel, is Jeffree Star Cosmetics today. So yeah, I'm super excited because he has been coming out with so much stuff in just the past few months. He just came out with his summer collection, which I'm going to review the pieces that I picked up from that collection, and then just some of the other stuff that I've picked up maybe over like the past 2 months. He has just been coming out with stuff like crazy, and it's hard to keep up with, and that's one of the reasons kind of also why I stopped collecting his brand, because I was like prepared to collect his brand, but he was just like coming out with stuff like so quickly that it's really hard to keep up with it if you're not financially ready. Maybe I'll do like a Jeffree Star collection video one day, because I do feel like I have a lot of his lipsticks. It's kind of crazy. But anyway, let's get into this haul. Okay, so this is one of his older products. I think this was like the last collection I had ever talked about Jeffree Star, was the summer collection a few years ago that had like the pink chrome. So this is the little box that it came in. I love his packaging also, it's just really cute. So I got one of his sugar lip scrubs in watermelon gum. So I do have 2 more of these. I have like the blueberry sucker one or something like that, and then the first one I got was the mojito, which is part of his normal lineup. This one was limited edition, I do believe. It's no longer available on Beautylicious, which is where I got it. It might not be limited edition, but so yeah, watermelon gum, because I'm obsessed with watermelon lately. It smells so good. It smells totally like watermelon. It really does smell like a watermelon gum that I've had before. I can't put my finger exactly on it. It's one of like the really sweet watermelon gums. I love this one. This one's my favorite lip scrub for sure right now. I've been using this one a lot, and honestly I like just eating them sometimes, like, which is a little bit crazy. It just tastes really yummy. And then I think it's funny, on the box it even says, there's like a little star and it says, "Do not substitute this product for a meal." But as far as like the actual quality of the lip scrub, I really like it. I feel like it buffs my lips and makes my lips feel nice and smooth, and it like buffs away like the dead skin. So love that. His lip scrubs are my favorite lip scrubs on the market, right next to Lush. Lush is my second favorite, but I like Jeffree's because of all the different flavors you can get, and his flavors are really yummy. This was part of the Blue Blood collection, I think. So this is the Liquid Frost Liquid Highlighter. I got this one in blue balls just solely because of the name. I thought it was funny. So this is what it looks like. This is my first liquid frost from Jeffree Star Cosmetics. So here it is. It has like the dropper, which I really like, and then you just push the top right here to collect the highlighter in the dropper, and then that's just how you dispense it back. And I'm just gonna put a little bit right here so you guys can see what it looks like. It's definitely a blue. It's not like a normal highlighter that you would wear on like a daily basis or anything, but that's what I wanted. I thought it was like fun and stuff, and like for blue looks that I do. So that's what it looks like. Hopefully you can see it, but it's like a blue sheen, and then it has like pink glitter in it. I think it's really pretty. It's really unique. It's not for the faint of heart. I do like the formula. It's easy to blend. You just have to be kind of quick about it because it'll dry down kind of quickly, but otherwise I like it. I like that I was a little bit like hesitant about getting this shade because I was like, honestly, how often am I going to use it? But I do like it because of the pink glitter in it. It's not like super crazy. It is like a little bit more wearable than you would think. So yeah, I really like this, and I think it would be really pretty also, like just like buffing and blending it out on your arms, on your legs. I think it would be really cute. So also part of the Blue Blood collection is of course the Blue Blood palette. So this has been around for a little bit now, but oh my gosh, you guys, this is like when I got this in the mail, I was so excited. I mean, when I first saw it, when Jeffree first teased it, I was like, holy shit, the packaging on this is freaking gorgeous. Like, it looks like a jewelry box slash coffin, which is exactly what he was going for. And then you have the little latch that, I mean, it's just so cute. The detail in this, you guys, it has the little star here on the latch, and then it has, you know, this really pretty border around it, and then it's raised. It says Blue Blood. I mean, this is just gorgeous. This is a really beautiful piece that you want to keep like on your vanity. You don't really want to put it in a drawer. You want it right on your vanity so everybody can see it. So yeah, just the packaging on this is phenomenally gorgeous. It's a little bit difficult to open up, so I did think that this was going to be like plastic, which I guess now is kind of unrealistic now that I think about it, but it is more of like a tough cardboard. It's not really a plastic, it's more of like a hard tough cardboard, which is fine with me. And then you open it and you have this really large mirror up here, which is really great. And then you have all your shades here. This was, no, not the first, this is I think the second palette that he's done, like gone crazy with the embossment on the shades, which I think was really cool. So he did like a crown, here's a money bag, you have the diamond up here, some lips, a cloud, a coffin, and then of course these stars, which is really, really cute. So this palette is super, super gorgeous, but it is for someone who likes the color blue. If you're not a person who uses blue eyeshadow like ever, then I wouldn't really recommend this, just because this is mainly a blue palette. Now you do have some shades in here that you can use on a more daily basis. So if you're like me, you really like blue, but you also want some shades in there that are also going to be able to work with other looks and not just be solely blue. You have Celebrity Skin, Mint Tea, Crystal Flesh, Untouchable, which is really, really gorgeous, Priceless, but solely this is probably mostly a blue palette that you would buy if you were only doing like a lot of blue looks, or if you know you're like me and you just like collecting makeup and you just like playing with all kinds of makeup. Now I used to not think that I could wear blue eyeshadow. I was always telling my mom like, oh, I cannot wear blue eyeshadow. Blue eyeshadow looks terrible on me. And then maybe like this past year, I was like, you know what, I'm going to try some blue. And you guys, I fell in love with blue eyeshadow. I've been using a lot of blue eyeshadow to where I had to tell myself like, yo, chill out on the blue, because I was like using blue for like everything. And I think it's just because I was refraining from using it for so long that I was just like, let's go blue crazy. And the pigmentation on this palette is so insane. One of the shades that I was like, whoa, was Ocean Ice. Like, you barely touch it and so much pigment comes from it. It stains a little bit, which, I mean, you're gonna have those kinds of problems with any kind of eyeshadows that are very, very pigmented. You're going to have staining. So I mean, it is what it is. But I mean, this is a really pigmented palette. Even like this pink here, I didn't think it was really going to show up, but it really did show up. It was really, really beautiful. The shades in here are just super gorgeous. I mean, I can go crazy with this. I honestly really love this palette. I think you can create some really, really nice looks. How I would travel with this, I don't know. I think I would just keep it in my purse or like my carry-on. I would not pack this in a suitcase just because I don't know how it would hold up. That's the only thing about this palette, is that I think it would be a little bit difficult traveling with because it's pretty bulky. So I don't know. And I don't know like how many blue eyeshadows you need when you go on vacation. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't think I would take this on vacation, but if you're a big blue person or you have traveled with this, then let me know in the comments down below. I'm honestly very curious. But yeah, I love the Blue Blood palette. It's a really, really gorgeous palette. To a makeup lover, I would say get it. To someone who's beginning, I would say don't get it, just because it might be like overwhelming and you might just leave it for a while. I don't know, you might just neglect it is what I'm trying to say, I guess. I also picked up the Magic Star setting powder. I picked it up in Banana. So here is the product. So it is like a raised star at the top, the Jeffree Star. and then you open it. So when I got mine, I opened it and it was kind of like opened, like it had the seal on it here, but it was like messy like this. The powder was everywhere, which is like not that big of a deal, but I feel like it just messed with the packaging for me. And like I don't even use like the spinny thingy just because like there's powder all in there now, and it's just like, I don't know. But this is what it looks like on the inside. Hopefully you can see it. I don't want to tilt it too much because there's a lot of powder in there. But you do have like the little thing where you can turn it to close it and turn it to open it. But like I just said, I don't really use it because the powder is already in there from the beginning. I know some people had the same issue, so I don't know. But I love this powder. I do want to get it in like the translucent shade, but I love this powder, and I love the fact that it smells like cotton candy. So that's what it looks like here. I have been using this to like set my concealer and to like carve my face when I contour and stuff, and it works really well. I do like it sometimes over translucents just because I feel like the translucent can just give you flashback, and I feel like with this one it doesn't do that. But sometimes I do like using translucent powder for whatever reason. But I do like the shade Banana. I do really like this. How much was this? I'll list prices and everything down below. It wasn't super expensive, so that's good. But yeah, it's just a good powder, nothing super crazy. Okay, and next I got some Magic Star concealers. I got 3 of them. So, okay you guys, here's the deal with the concealers. I personally love the concealers. I've never gotten people being like, oh, this concealer is amazing, and oh, this concealer is great. I guess just because I was using some concealers that had like the same formula, and I really wasn't experiencing anything like super different. So when I got this concealer, I was just like, oh my gosh, I'm in love with this concealer. It literally like blends in so nicely. It's so lightweight. It doesn't feel heavy. It definitely conceals. It doesn't crease. It doesn't flake. It doesn't do any of those things that I've experienced with a few other concealers. And I was just like, oh my gosh, like I'm in love with this. However, when I opened my package from Jeffree Star Cosmetics, my star was broken. I will insert pictures. I have since fixed it myself. It doesn't look 100% like complete, but if you look at it from afar, it looks fine. But the little star up here was broken in half, and I emailed them and let them know, you know, can I get a replacement wand or something, and they sent a replacement wand. But I had ordered some more concealers off of Beautylish. Maybe like a few days later, I had dropped one and it just fell on the floor, and right away the star broke off. So instead of using the replacement one that I had got on the one that I had already fixed, I went ahead and just put it on. I went ahead and just replaced the wand from here, just because I was like, you know, I already fixed one, like let me just put the replacement on the other one that's like super broken, because it was like completely broken and I just couldn't find the piece to fix it anymore. So I was just like upset, and I was just like, ugh. So that's super annoying that, you know, the stars are breaking. So many people have complained about it. I've seen it so much on Twitter and Instagram and YouTube that so many people's stars were broken. So I was kind of pretty disappointed in that, just because he was saying that they're very durable and stuff, and honestly I would not travel with these just because of that reason. Like I don't, like I'm thinking of taking the wand that broke. I just broke the star completely off of it, and I'm like, if I'm going to take one of the concealers with me, I'm just going to use the the wand without the star, because I feel like these are super flimsy and super breakable, and these would definitely break on a plane when you're traveling. It'll definitely break in your purse. I mean, they'll break anywhere, I feel. Like, I don't have any kind of faith in them that they will withstand pressure or anything like that. So I would just hope that Jeffree Star would come up with like a better, I don't know. I think it's annoying that the stars are breaking on so many people's products. You have to be really careful. I am so careful with them now. Anyway, I got my normal concealer shade, like for my under eye and all of that. I got it in the shade C18, which is really, really great for me. This is like a perfect concealer shade. Like I said, I really do love the formula. It's nice, it's creamy. It feels so good, like you could literally wear it as like a foundation almost. So nice. It doesn't dry, you know, nasty. It's not like over drying or like cakey or like cracky or anything like that either. So I really, really love this. I also got one in the shade C24, so I can use for contour, and I actually really do like this too. I used this today for my contour, and then I also used an eyeshadow, which I'll get into in a little bit. But yeah, it's like a nice creamy contour that you can use. It's not necessarily a contour, but I saw someone doing it and I was like, oh, I'll try it also. So yeah, I really do like it. I think this was just a little bit too dark for me, but because I am tan right now, it looks pretty good. So yeah. And then I also got C0, which is just the plain white. I got this one to do cut creases because I had ran out of my MAC Pro concealer, and that's what I was mainly using for cut creases. But when I saw like the formula, because I started using the C18 concealer for cut creasing, and I really liked it. I really liked how, you know, it wasn't smudging and it wasn't transferring on top of my lid. So I was like, you know what, let me just get the white one so I'm not using my normal concealer shade and I run out, because I do kind of use a lot when I'm doing my crease, when I'm doing cut creases. So I went ahead and just got the white one. I love it. Perfect for doing cut creases. Alright, so now let's get into the Jawbreaker collection. I did pick up 2 of the products from the collection. I picked up the main eyeshadow palette, and I'll get to that in a second. And then I also picked up a Supreme Frost. This is my first Supreme Frost from Jeffree Star Cosmetics, and I got it in the shade Diamond Wet. So I love the packaging of like the cartridge outside. It's so pretty. It's what's the shade, what's the color name? Chartreuse? I don't know. I just want to say like a slime green. I really, really wish he would have done like the component the same color. I think that would have been really cool, but it is like the pink chrome, and then on the back it has the greenish label that says Diamond Wet. And then you open it, it says Jeffree Star Cosmetics up here. Oh my gosh, the embossment on this is so, so, so cute. I don't know if any of the other ones are like this. I'm pretty sure they are, but it's like the big Jeffree Star, and then it has a ton of little tiny stars around it, which I think is so cute. So like I said, this is my first Supreme Frost highlighter from Jeffree Star Cosmetics, and oh my god. So when I first got it, I was like, oh my gosh, this is so pretty. And like, I honestly didn't even want to swatch it because I was like, it's so pretty. But oh my gosh, you guys. So if you're not a big glitter highlighter person, then I would definitely skip on this, because that is what it is. It's so glittery. I love it though. So I'm gonna swatch it for you guys super quick. Oh my god. Like, do you see that? Oh my god. I'm in love with this. Where should I do it? Here. Like, do you guys see that? Oh Like, it's phenomenally gorgeous. I'm wearing that today. So I'm wearing King Tut from Jeffree Star Cosmetics, and then I did put this one on top just because I wanted a super big shebang highlighter today. But I mean, this on its own also is just super gorgeous. I feel like I just should have worn it on its own just so you guys could see it on its own. It's my favorite highlighter right now, definitely. And then the other night was me and my boyfriend's anniversary, so I went ahead and also got a brush, like a big fluffy brush, and was just putting it all over my chest and my shoulders and just like on my neck and stuff. And oh my gosh, I was just like glowing. Oh my gosh, I looked bomb. Definitely I'm thinking about picking up another one because I feel like I definitely am gonna go through this one. This highlighter is gorgeous and I never want to be without it, you know what I mean? This is the Jawbreaker palette, which I was super excited about. So this is the packaging for the outside. It's white with like the classic Jawbreaker looking splatter all over the place, and then it has the star in the background, and then you have your ingredients and everything back here. This is an eyeshadow slash pressed pigment palette. So some of these shades in here you are not supposed to use around your eyes. Do I listen to that? No, not at all. I've never listened to that from any cosmetic company. I just think it's something that they kind of have to tell us, because if we do get it in our eye and it irritates our eye or something, that's why, you know, they can be like, well, you're not supposed to use it around your eyes. So here is the package on the inside now. It's a pink. I do kind of wish he would have stuck with the white just because, you know, I don't know. Either way, I think it's really cute packaging. I do at the same time think the white would have gotten really dirty. So, oh, here is the palette. So you have the nice big mirror up here, and then here are the shades. So this is the biggest eyeshadow palette that Jeffree Star Cosmetics has come out with thus far, which is why this was just a little bit more pricey than the other eyeshadow palettes that he's come out with in the past few years. But oh my gosh, you guys, if this doesn't scream summer, I don't know what does. This is such a gorgeous palette. It has so many colorful colors in here. I am in love with it because I am super into color. I'm so over neutrals and stuff. Colors is definitely where my heart is right now and what I've been wanting to do. But you also do have some neutrals in here. So if you're not super into colors but you want to add a color palette to your collection, but you still want something that you can do neutrals with, that you can definitely still do that with this. You know, you have this brown down here, this orangey tan shade here, you have like a vanilla white up here, you have that cute pink, then you have like some of the shimmer shades that you can use and definitely do like a more tame kind of look. But this is more about color as far as like the theme of this eyeshadow palette. It's so crazy. I love it so much. I will insert swatches so you guys can see it in all of its glory. I don't know, I think I'm just gonna do the Jawbreaker swatches just because this one's more new. I feel like a lot of people have done swatches and stuff of the Blue Blood palette, and I think, I'm not 100% sure if this is limited edition. I do know it's sold out on Jeffree Star Cosmetics website as of right now, that this video goes up, I think. But you can also get it at Morphe, Beautylish, I believe still has it. There were so many really cute items in this collection. So if you can't find it on like Jeffree Star Cosmetics, then I would definitely suggest looking at Morphe, Beautylish, etc. I've used it, I think ever since I've got it, I've used it somehow in every makeup look that I've been doing, just so I can try it. It is super pigmented. These shades in here they're gonna give you pigment. I was pretty surprised with how much pigment even like the pastels have. Like this shade right here, Fuck, I used it under my lash line, and I was like, we'll see if this shows up, and it definitely did, which I was super hyped about. So for today's look, I did go in with the yellow at the top. I don't know if you can see it, the yellow wow. It is very pigmented, which I love. I love a pigmented yellow, hallelujah. And then I went in with Sour, which is like this greenish Sour Patch looking kind of shade, and I just put that all in my crease, and then I cut my crease and put the shade Cotton Candy. Cotton Candy is so pigmented, oh my gosh. And then, like I said, I went in with Fuck and did that under my lash line. Yeah, and then I also went in with Snack and put that in my inner corner and under my brow bone, and I also put it on my nose. So I also used Tasty over my contour today, just to give me a little bit more color, because the foundation that I used today was a little bit light for me right now. So I was trying to warm myself up. So yeah, I went in with the concealer, and then I also went in with Tasty. And then for my blush, I'm also using Cherry Wet. I definitely like doing that, where I use, you know, my eyeshadow sometimes as face products. You don't necessarily want to do that if you're like using face products for using face products for eye purposes, but I do feel like I can get away with using eye products for face purposes, if that makes sense. And then also being that some of the shades in here you aren't supposed to use on your eye. So the shades that you are not supposed to use around your eyes, so it says are not intended for use around the immediate eye area. So, okay. So the shade Bubblegum, so that really pretty pink there. Licorice, which is this really red shade here, which is like so gorgeous. Fuck, which is this shade here that I used under my lash line today. Gumdrop, which is this lavender purple. Snack. Damn. It says dark red. I noticed that when I first got my palette that it says dark red. There's no shade called dark red in here, so I'm kind of wondering if they mean raspberry, which would make it would make sense. But it just says dark red, and I have not gotten any like response from that. I mentioned it on my Instagram stories, like, what is this? So that's what I assume, but I don't know. And What, which is this red shimmer here. Orange Juice, Suck, Cotton Candy, Bite Me, and Cherry Wet are not intended for the immediate eye area. So like I said, I'm not exactly following that, because I did use a lot of the shades that we're not supposed to use around our eyes, around my eyes today. I did feel just a little tingle on my lid when I was using Cotton Candy today. I have experienced that with other palettes and other shades before also. So I ignore that. If you don't want to ignore that, then, you know, don't ignore that. Don't follow my example. I'm not trying to say do whatever you want. It's on there for a reason, but do what you must, you know. But yeah, I love this palette. I'm so excited to continue to do looks with this. Yeah, but I think that's it for right now. So I didn't pick up any of the lip glosses that he came out with, just because I didn't see any of them that were appealing to me, which is kind of weird because I love his brand and I've been super into lip glosses lately, but I did not see anything appealing about those lip glosses, let me tell you. Like, even the packaging was off to me. I don't know, maybe they're amazing, but I just feel like the promo pics and stuff were just very far from flattering, so I just decided not to pick any up. I'm super excited for all of the other stuff that he has coming out later this year, but I'm overwhelmed with makeup right now. I've been buying a lot of new stuff. I kind of fell off, I guess, a little bit this past year, that I wasn't really into makeup like I usually am. And I feel like I'm kind of getting back into that, and I feel like I'm overwhelming myself at the same time though. So I'm trying to pace myself, but at the same time there's so much new stuff coming out that I really like. So yeah, so I mean, I haven't even fully used Blue Blood, I haven't fully used Jawbreaker, but so much makeup, so little time. And I wish like makeup was just like my full-time job, but I do have a normal job that I have to do, that I have to go to work in a few hours. It's currently 4 in the morning, so yeah. So that's why I can't like fully commit myself to this either. It's really hard, and you know, it's hard, it's difficult, but yeah. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you have any questions, comments, or anything like that, you can always reach me in the comment section down below, or you can hit me up on social media, which I will leave at the beginning, the end, and in the description of this video. Don't be a stranger. Come visit me again. And yeah, I hope I see you next time. Bye.